today we are going to the Netherlands. Floor Jansen, our beautiful queen that we have come to love. I have come to love her through my Nightwish reactions. Well, it turns out she had a symphonic metal band called After Forever. They have a song called Dream Fight. The Dutch symphonic metal band After Forever is, from what I understand, the first band that Floor Jansen was a part of from 95 to 2009. Today's shout out goes to 124 Spider from Portugal. Thank you so much for watching the channel and being part of this channel from the beginning and from watching from Portugal. I'm excited to have you here. Welcome. I was asked to check out After Forever's song Dream Flight. Are you guys ready to listen to this with me? What is it about? She was only 26 at the time. I'm excited to check this out with you guys. Are you ready? As always, make sure to like, share, subscribe. Let me know where you're watching from. Buckle up and enjoy. After Forever Dream Flight. It's cool to see Floor in other projects. I've reacted to some of her solo releases and then Nightwish, of course.
Welcome. This is not a dream. It's something in between that and reality. Wake up if you
Before your eyes, the world will change. Slowly takes you down to unknown places. Welcome to a world that's only yours. Wake up if you dare, and just follow me.
leave me alone. My dreams seem to be around us in a row. Leave me alone. I'm my own plan. I'm a victim of my mind. Let go. I fooled you. I want to know. I won't let go before you dream that I dream. Pray you want me to. Now let's come on. You want to know. Leave me now. I need to know. I'm in control. Leave me alone. Leave me be within my private fantasies.
I am amazed. Even still, it has been a few years now since I've explored symphonic metal for the first time. But I'm amazed at that contrast between rock and roll and metal that I often would have considered to be associated with screaming and rasp and grit and vocal fry. And to hear how Floor Jansen, who brings in so much vocal control strength and that operatic element. Guitar, is that Sander Gomans, the guitar player, the one that was just singing? If so, amazing vocals. I love the grit and the rasp and how their voices complement each other. Absolutely crazy. But I love just this contrast that's being created between the metal and between Floor's clean, strong voice. It's not that she can't do the rasp either or bring in some vocal fry and grit, but her voice is just so clean and precise and strong that I'm still to this day, after all this time, amazed at that duality. And it works together so well.
Let go. Told you. I'm gonna go. Want to show
And this is live. Keep that in mind. That's a catchy hook. Those low-cut pants from back in the day. I gotta pause. Don't hate me. I have to. Copyright. You came for the breakdown, guys. That was legendary. That staccato to hit those high notes, that operatic feel, those high notes with such precision in that staccato. I don't even want to try to copy it. But did you hear that? The precision, the exact in sync rhythm, that beautiful staccato. There's just beautiful in sync precision with the choir, with the track and the composition. In contrast, the high operatic elements, so much vocal control, in contrast with the screaming. This continues to amaze me. What? It does sound like a dream. This whole compositional arrangement really sounds like a dream flight. Brilliant. Oh, and then I had to smile because she's just kind of swaying her hips as she's hitting those operatic high notes with perfect precision. I mean, come on, that's badass. You know, you're just rocking back and forth a little bit as you're doing vocal gymnastics. Come on. Let me go back a bit. Sounds like something is descending, crashing. This is crazy. That hook is catchy. Wow. The song ain't over yet. This is not over. We're halfway there. I got goosebumps. That's a woman right there. My gosh. That's a baddie. What a contrast now. All their hair is just glorious. I'm going to rewind. I'll go back, guys, but I have to say a couple of things here. Flora almost had me in tears here. If you have ever had dreams, be it beautiful dreams, be it reoccurring dreams that your mind is just trying to maybe find closure to things you've been through in life. Maybe you've had nightmares before that have you crying, shaking, deeply affected by when you wake up. If you have ever had a dream, literally, figuratively speaking, and you have been on that ride of life where you're soaring and things are wonderful, again, literally in your, so to speak, in your dreams, literally in your dreams or figuratively speaking in life. And if you've ever experienced the decline, that descent, something feeling like it's crashing, those almost off-key sounding minor notes that create distortion and dismay. If you've lived life a bit, I think a lot of us can relate to that dichotomy and this ride we're experiencing in this composition and these lyrics and this whole song so far that speak volumes to the human experience. Both the good dreams and the nightmares, both the ascent and the glorious, as well as the descent and fear. And then she sings, and it had me almost in tears because it made me think of this beautiful voice, the divine, if you will, that is saying, I'm here. Don't be afraid. You know, there's no sound. There's no music. I'm here in the silence. And there is something so powerful about silence and something both sacred and mundane about breaking silence. Sometimes words, they put into phonics, into sounds and into letters what we're trying to convey, and they still don't do quite justice. Sometimes words are necessary and we try to communicate, and sometimes we feel like they work. Other times they're so overrated and we can't quite get through, and it creates this loneliness because what I say and what I feel and think will still arrive in your mind after you've heard me through your own lens and through your own way of viewing the world. And that creates this loneliness at times, this longing within us to really get one another. And so when we speak of silence, sometimes it makes us uncomfortable. There's so much left unsaid, right? If we're anxious, if we're restless, we want to speak. Surely, you know, I need to get out what I want to say. You haven't heard me yet, or I haven't heard you yet. And yet sometimes silence can carry so much power. There's something sacred. And for her to almost feel like she is that dream or that silence personified singing to us, it felt divine. It felt comforting. It had me almost in tears. It was absolutely beautiful. So special. From a vocal standpoint, it was incredible. Absolute, beautiful, operatic vocal performance. The high notes, the angelic clarity, the note she hit in the end when she climbed, which was glorious, the sailing through the notes without flaw. All of this live, no auto-tune, no perfect studio recording. It was incredible. To then contrast it with the screaming, the growl, that almost demonic sounding, evil sounding voice that says, I am your anger within, the pride within. It's this stark contrast between that beautiful dream, the silence that speaks to us, the comfort, the divine, that angelic, contrasted with darkness, with evilness, with self-doubt. And of course, we can speak about this on a spiritual level, right? Religion has for millennia now tried to explain good and evil and that duality we see. Some call it yin and yang, some call it your flesh versus the spirit, some call it God versus the devil. We've been trying to make sense of what we as humans perceive to be duality on that pendulum. When you look at it philosophically, or even from a psychological standpoint, you see that battle within ourselves, right? I want to do right. Who do I want to be versus who am I? What have I done? The battle within us between our longing for what's beautiful and pure compared to our self-doubt and criticism and the hate and pride within. It was beautifully portrayed, not only lyrically, but the actual vocal performance. And just that switch here, back now to this catchy hook that pulls us all in, that pulls us all together, no matter where we're at on that pendulum. I mean, there's so many layers to this. This is incredible. Oh my goodness. The head, the windmilling. Lord does it so well. Sounds futuristic here. Oh my gosh. Wow, wow. Guys, that was a masterpiece. I want to pull up the lyrics with you and talk to you about that a little bit. The composition was phenomenal. Like I said, this beautiful dichotomy being painted in real time of the roaring, the grit, the vocal fry, that darkness, if you will, of doubt, anger, a nightmare, if you will, compared to the angelic and the beautiful dream, the soaring high, the peace and the divine in the silence, all being beautifully portrayed by the various timbres of their voice, the way they complemented each other, the whole composition, the arrangement between the keys and the bass going off, the guitar solo, Floor's voice, amazing composition. The lyrics, let's talk about those. Welcome and wake up. This is not a dream, but something in between that and reality. We're somewhere in the limbo in between. Wake up if you dare. This is not the regular nightmare. This is neither a dream. This is neither, nor is it a nightmare. Something in between that dream state and reality. Before your eyes, the world will change, slowly take you down to unknown places. Welcome to a world that's only yours. Wake up if you dare and just follow me. Who is that person saying, follow me? Leave me alone. My dreams speak to me, or am I still awake? Leave me alone. I'm my own threat. I'm a victim of my mind. Is this a conversation about someone who is struggling mentally, who is not sure what is real, what is not, what is truth, what is a lie? That voice within that is speaking to us, is that truly who I am? The voice that says you can't do anything, the voice that sows fear and doubt, is that who we are? Or is it the parts of us that feel right, that want to strive for good dreams, for what is pure and honorable? I think on one hand, we could say this could be about that. I think on a deeper level, philosophically speaking, and I could see a lot of Floor's lyrics, and just as we see with Nightwish, with how Tuomas writes, as well as here with After Forever, I could see there being a lot of profound lyrical, philosophical questions and conversations that arise. Yes, it could be about someone who is distraught mentally or struggling with their mental health. But I think on another level, I think this is relatable across the humans, across the board. Because when we look at life, our existence, philosophically, questions arise such as what is real, what is not? What is that world that is occurring in our minds when we dream? Some of it feels so real. Some of it is connected to our real life experiences when we're awake. Which of it is real? Which of it is not? What is dream? What is awake? There are philosophies out there that ask, right? Is this all just a dream? Is this God's dream? There are philosophies out there that try to grasp what is real, what is not, the difference between a wonderful dream and a nightmare, right? We try to, even in psychology and in therapy, sometimes there's schools of thought that try to understand dreams and what they try to tell us on an existential level, especially when it's a reoccurring dream. What does this mean? What does this have to do possibly with our death anxieties and our existential fears? Why do certain dreams repeat themselves? Even if minor details are different, the overall theme keeps reoccurring. Why do things happen in our dreams, like running in place or not being able to not drop something? Somehow it keeps falling. Like just different things that we could talk about philosophically when it comes to dreaming, what is real, what is not. And I think this is relatable across the board because that's our human experience. That not only that we dream at night, but that we wonder, what is this world? Am I dreaming? Am I awake? What is reality? Those are questions that philosophers have been asking since as long as we can remember, people trying to make sense of the world, of the, like I said earlier, light and dark, good and evil, what is real, what is not, what is the beautiful and angelic, and what is the voice of doubt and hate. My dreams speak to me, or am I still awake? Leave me alone. I'm my own threat. I'm a victim of my mind. Let go. I fooled you. I warned you, though. I won't let go before you dreamed all your dreams. I'll play you. You want me to. You ask for more. You want to know. There's this battle within, I think, of this person who is possibly tormented between, again, trying to understand reality or what is not. But also, I think, between just that general human pull we have when we're trying to figure out our place in this world and the meaning of life. Leave me now. I need to know I'm in control. This is such a battle within, possibly a person saying, I need to learn to let go, but also maybe saying to someone else, leave me alone. Now, who is that someone else? Is that the inner voice of doubt? Is that someone in that dream world that's pulling on us? Is that the parts of us, if we're holistic beings, a part that is within us, still us, but a part of us that's pulling at us? Some is light and some is dark. Dreams can be both. They have two sides. Fear, I'm your fear deep within. Pain, it speaks of pain within. Silence, I'm here. No words, no sounds, no pain or doubts. It's this beautiful conversation about dichotomy where both fear and pain can exist. Fear in the dreams, pain in the dreams, where the dark side of your mind. Here it's speaking of you are like your dreams, both light as dark. Here we're getting closer to what I think the philosophy is behind this song. And then silence, I'm here. No words, no sound, no pain, nor doubts. I'm floating. Even time itself can never touch me. Free of time and space. Silence, I'm here. And she sings this so beautifully, angelically, in stark contrast to the fear, the pain, the doubt that is pulling at this human being. Energized by nightly views, you are the dream. The dream is you. So dreaming is not just something we have, perhaps, but something we are. That yin and yang, that dichotomy we face of our questions about what is real, what is not, that tension within us between freedom and responsibility, as we talk about in existential phenomenology, that battle between isolation and relationship, between life and death, that is all part of who we are. Leave me, please. How can I rest with you inside? How can I find peace with that type of tension? I'm too tired for these crazy theories. Let go. Is that the solution? That we come to understand life is very much that pendulum. And it leaves us tired, though. It makes me think of Tool and Lateralis and this idea of when you try to understand things, and I'm paraphrasing, of course, but when you try too hard to grasp things, you will go crazy. It's this, again, that duality, that dichotomy between realizing maybe everything's connected as above, so below, and I want to grasp and I want to understand, but also it's driving me nuts doing so. Let go. Is that the secret to find peace? I'll leave you, but won't let go, for I'm part of all you'll ever do. I'll leave you be. This tension within, these questions about reality, about dreams, about what is real, what is not, about the yin and the yang, the good and the bad, the light and the dark. I'll leave you be, but I won't let you go because I am part of you. There's no escaping that tension. Can we find peace in that tension? Can we find comfort in the face of death when we are not quite sure what happens after? Can I find comfort in transiency? Even the fact that everything is transient and that everything may be more dual than we realize, that there is dichotomy in this world. On one hand, it can cause distress in us because it leaves us with unanswered questions, with more doubt, with more concern, with more just floating. Floating can feel scary, up out in space, nothing to tether you down. But it also can be freeing because that means there's a bunch of possibility. That means I can reframe this reality and realize that the fact that this is part of me can also open the door. It says, I'll help you, I'll open doors and show you all you need to know, for I'm your dream energizer. Very poetic, very, very beautiful and philosophical picture being painted here, but also a very profound question it leaves us with, which is, how can I find peace in that tension when things are pulling at me, both the silence and the pain, the doubt, the fear, the joy, the peace, to accept that you can let certain things go and some things may let you go, but some things you'll just always have with you. And I think this is where reframing can be powerful therapeutically, because floating, not having quite a clear answer, can cause fear, existential crises, a struggle in our identity. Well, what is the meaning of life then, right? But at the same time, it can bring joy because it opens the door to possibilities. It opens the door to consider that the fact that everything is transient, while scary, because uncertainty is hard. We like to control. We like to label and name things. It also means that everything's transient. That means even the hard things will pass. Even the moments of doubt and fear will pass. And they will make way for that angelic voice that says, be still. I am the silence. I am that place when there's no words, no sound, no music, when there's nothing left to explain or to obsess over or let go or hold on to. It just is. And there's a peace in that. Very profound song. Of course, I should have known, because anything Floriansen puts her name on and puts her voice to is going to be profound in some way. Spider, what a fantastic suggestion. Thank you for being part of this channel from the start, for making this amazing suggestion. How exciting to listen to more Floriansen and explore the band after forever that she's been part of, or that, she's a big part of. So I'm excited that you shared this with me. Make sure to subscribe. What do you think about this band, After Forever, the song, Dream Flight, Floriansen in general? What else should I react to? Make sure to subscribe, like, comment, share, and I'll see you on the next ride. Ayo!